Welcome in, everybody. What's happening? Post-snap read. We're going to do a recap of the weekend. Recapping it up because it was a crazy weekend. We're past the halfway point of the season, and we are cruising. We're going to see what teams are going to make the playoffs. We're going to see what teams are going to have the top 5 picks. This is what we are covering today. But it's a shocking weekend. A lot of favorites went down, pretty wild. But will they bounce back? That's what we're going to find out. That is what we want to know. That is what we're going to discuss. Thanks for popping in there, Giants fan and SGA. But we'll go through like the news and the notes for the week, of the weekend, because the trading deadline's tomorrow. I might have to do something tomorrow to talk about all the trades because I'm going to be at work all day, so I can't cover it while I'm working. So I want to know who's on the move, who's going to be traded. I'm going to be checking my phone or the computer at work because I need to know what is happening. I can't miss this. I need to know if the Colts are going to make a move. They better make a move. So let me know. Blast in the chat who you think is going to get traded. Let me know who's on the move. Who are buyers? Who are sellers? Because I want the Colts to be a buyer. I think the Chiefs are going to be buyers. Colts are buyers. And the Eagles are already buyers. But we got to go and pay attention to that tomorrow. So I'm going to go through a recap of the games real quick and talk about the insanity that happened. The Ravens, they won 28-6. They destroyed the Dolphins. Easy peasy. Lamar's back. They have a chance at the division. They're actually the favorites of the division. They won on Thursday night. That was an awesome game. Well, not awesome game. Awesome for the Ravens. But the Steelers beat the Colts, so the Ravens still got a lot of work to do in that division. What up, Daniel Berry? What's happening? The Niners beat the Giants 34-24. The Niners still have a shot at wild cards, even a chance at the division. So Niners still playing great football, even without Brock Purdy. Mac Jones, inconsistent, but had a great game this past Sunday. So, welcome in, Giants fan. Thank you. The Chargers held on to beat the Titans 27-20. They are right behind the Broncos in that division. The Titans, they were close, but they really didn't play well. They had, I think, a pick 6 on Herbert. They had a special teams return for a touchdown and something else crazy to get. Maybe it was just 2 more field goals. But, yeah, they didn't do anything on offense, and their defense wasn't that amazing. So, Titans still bad, even though the Chargers only won by 7. The Vikings, this is one of the big upsets of the week. The Vikings beat the Lions 27-24. So the Lions get their 3rd loss of the season. I still think they're going to win the division. But that was a huge win for the Vikings, making it a close race in the NFC North. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. What move did the Colts make? What do I want them to make? They got to get somebody on defense. A cornerback, they got to get a linebacker or defensive end. I kind of want to see a defensive end. Jalen Jones came back for the Colts and really helped out that secondary, but I want more push from the defensive line and getting more sacks. But yeah, so I want to see an extra edge rusher. You can't have enough edge rushers. The Giants fans would know. So when they had Strahan and who else? Strahan and Kiwanuka, and then they got or Strahan and Tuck, and then they still went and got Kiwanuka or JP. They just keep loading up on those guys. You can't have enough defensive ends. So that helped the Giants win some Super Bowls. So you gotta, and then Strahan retired. So it's like you just gotta keep getting them. You just keep taking them in the draft. If you get solid defensive ends and bring the pressure on the quarterback, like you win games easily. They destroyed Tom Brady in the Super Bowls with all the pressure that they put on Tom Brady. That's how you win games. You need to have a good pass rush, and you got to have an amazing quarterback. So if you're bringing pressure on the quarterback and your quarterback can throw the ball everywhere, you win games and Super Bowls. So the Lions loss is pretty huge. So the Lions, Vikings, and Packers going to be kind of close in that division, especially with the Packers losing too, which we'll get to in a little while. The Patriots beat the Falcons by 1. Close call, close game. They should have won by more, and should have went to overtime. The Falcons missed an extra point, so they had a chance to tie it at the end. but they missed an extra point. Sad times. Sad times. It would have been crazy if the Patriots would have lost that. There would have been, I think, 5 teams that are top of the league, and that lost. So this week was upside down. What up, Steve? Like number 12, let's go. And Gaming Boys here. Awesome. Appreciate that. So, yeah, the Falcons had a chance to win. They could have won, but now next week they're going to go to Berlin and get squashed by the Colts. Crush them. The big upset of the week is the Steelers manhandling the Colts. 6 turnovers to 1. The Colts were just sloppy after that first drive. They were horrible. Bad news. They turned the ball over 6 times, but they only lost by 7. So that shows how good the defense actually played. They gave the short field to the Steelers a whole bunch, and they held their own, but that offense was sloppy. Too many sacks on Daniel Jones. 3 interceptions by Daniel Jones. It was just an all-around bad game for the Colts. Steelers had the number for the Colts against the Colts for years. They won, I think, once in Pittsburgh in the last 50 years. They can't beat them in Pittsburgh. Can't do it. So that's okay. The Colts will get past that and bounce back against the Falcons. Another disappointing game, but the Broncos won. So they won 18-15 over the Texans. They barely beat them. They're losing a game. More magic by Bo Nix in the fourth quarter to come back and win that game. But C.J. Stroud had to be out. He was out of the game early, and the Broncos were able to come back to win that game. But the Broncos may be 7-2, but they don't look great. They don't look good as a 7-2 team. They had to be very fortunate against the Eagles to come back and win that game. They had to be very fortunate against the Giants to come back and win that game. And then the same thing with the Texans, also very fortunate to come back and win that game. Those type of things are not going to work in the playoffs for Denver. So they're on top of the division right now. They still got to play against the Chargers and Chiefs twice. Chargers once and Chiefs twice. So I don't think the Broncos stay on the top of the division. And yeah, the Broncos will make the playoffs, but man, they don't look impressive. That offense is pretty bad, but they come alive in the fourth. They're alive in the fourth. Ooh, Freeney and Mathis were great. Miss those guys, man. I miss them so much. Miss them. So I would like to get the Colts to get Thibodeau from the Giants or something like that. That would help out the Colts as well. The Bears and the Bengals, that was a back-and-forth game. Bears won 47-42. Doesn't interest me too much, except that the Bears in that NFC North. Everybody has a winning record. The Bears, Vikings, Packers, and Lions all fighting it out. Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. I am shocked that the Bears are in it, and the Vikings. But those division games are going to mean a lot. I mean, they always mean a lot, but they're going to mean a lot in that NFC North. Oh, that's the other guy, Yura. Yeah, they had so many good defensive linemen. Yeah, Yura, Jason Pierre-Paul, Tuck, Kiwanuka, and Strahan. What was that, 5? 5 studs in the span of what, like 15 years? Insanity. Insanity for the Giants. Well done by their general manager. I don't know who it was at that time, but man, oh man, that Giants knew how to pick those defensive linemen. Domination. The Panthers went on to beat the Packers 16-13. The Packers, like everybody's talking about the Colts being frauds. Lions lost. The Packers lost. The Broncos should have lost. Like the Chiefs lost to the Bills. Bills, I mean, man, good stuff with the Bills, but like so many of the big teams dropped this week. So the Panthers upset the Packers 16-13. It's the NFL. There's so much parity. The Rams beat up the Saints 34-10. That's who I have in the NFC. West winning that division. The Jaguars almost lost to the Raiders. They should have lost to the Raiders. Well, it should have been overtime. But the Raiders, well, it was overtime. But instead of the Raiders going for the tie with 16 seconds left at the scoring touchdown, they went for 2. And, of course, Geno Smith can't do it because it's Geno Smith, and he's horrible. He's the worst. So the Jaguars get a win instead of a tie because the Raiders are going to Raider. The Chiefs looked okay, but the Bills are a top-notch team. Bills and the Colts and the Patriots might be fighting out for that number 1 seed. The Colts have the Chiefs in a few weeks after their bye. That's a big one. The Bills have the advantage over the Chiefs with the win here. The Colts have the advantage over the Chiefs if they win. Chiefs If they beat the Colts, get back on track. Patriots beat the Bills so far, so they have that. There's so much going on in the AFC with the second half of this season coming. It's going to be so awesome, so amazing. With all these teams have a chance. Like there's so many teams in the AFC. Like I can't even pick a top five. Like it's hard to pick a top five even in the NFL. No, just top five in the AFC. You got the Bills, you got the Patriots, you got the Broncos, you got the Chargers, you got the Chiefs a step behind, you got the Colts, Jaguars. Do you believe in the Steelers? No, but like there's 6 teams right there in the AFC. What about the NFC? You got Eagles, you got the Rams, Seahawks rising on up, Niners, the Buccaneers, and then you got the Packers, Vikings, and Bears even. And the Lions, of course. The Lions still way up there. So how can you name a top 5 when there's like 6 teams in the AFC and NFC that are playing amazingly well? It's really hard to separate these teams. So the Bills took down the Chiefs. That was an awesome game. I covered that. So that was entertaining and exciting. We want to see that in the playoffs. But Josh Allen always wins in the regular season against Patty Mahomes, but loses all the time in the playoffs to Patty Mahomes. So we'll see if that changes anytime soon. I don't think so. But the Seahawks, they crushed the Commanders 38-14. The Seahawks rising on up. They might take the division over the Rams. But that matchup, the next matchup is going to be huge because the Seahawks beat the Rams last time, I believe. Right? The Rams lost to the Seahawks and the Niners. So, but I think it was in Seattle. So the Rams-Seahawks matchup, the next one's going to be huge for that division. Commanders, Jalen Daniels is down and out, destroyed his elbow. He's gone for the year. He is out and out. Commanders going nowhere anyway. What up, Hawkins? Rising on in. So, yeah, Commanders are done. Cowboys are now done after losing 27-17 to the Cowboys. So there's a bunch of teams that are basically eliminated. They're not eliminated, but they're basically eliminated. And a bunch of teams that are, like, locking in their playoff spots, even though they're not locked in yet. But, I mean, it's hard to see outside the 7 teams for the NFC and the 7 teams for the AFC, like which ones are not going to make the playoffs. I think there's only one team that I can think that is not going to make that might not make the playoffs out of the NFC and the AFC. I feel like it's already decided for the most part. Hear me out. Listen. So the AFC. Tell me I'm wrong. So the division winners. We'll go Bills, Colts. Well, I'll even give it to the Broncos. I don't want to. I still think the Chiefs. But Bills, Colts, Broncos. Okay. The only thing up for grabs is the Steelers. Steelers or the Ravens. That's the only one. So Bills, Colts, Broncos. And then you got the Patriots. And then you have the Chargers and the Chiefs. That's 6. And then you need the division winner of the AFC North. The division winner. AFC North, right? Yeah, AFC North. So is it going to be the Steelers or the Ravens? That's the only one that's up for grabs in the AFC, I think. All those other 6 are locked in. Jaguars? I don't think so. I don't think the Jaguars are making it. Texans lost, so they're not making it. What up, Delay? What's going on? So the one we got to worry about is Steelers and Ravens. And they play each other twice still. So we got to see what happens with those matchups. So that's the only one I think that's up for grabs in the AFC. Now let's hop to the NFC. What's up for grabs out there? The only thing that's up for grabs is possibly in the NFC North. But let's see. So you got the Buccaneers. You have the Eagles. You have the Rams, Seahawks, Niners. And then you have the NFC North. You have the Lions, Packers, and Bears or Vikings. So it's like Lions, Packers, and who's going to make it? Bears or Vikings? Like, that's the only one that's up for grab over there. Up for grabs. Like, I mean, I just, it's crazy. It's crazy. No, like, it's, yeah, the Vikings and Bears probably not. So I guess the Vikings, Bears, and Packers or Lions, only one of those teams I think is going to make it in, because if you got the Niners and the Seahawks making it. So, I mean, I don't believe in the Bears or Vikings. They're going to be crumbling out, so it's Packers. So that's my take on that. Packers and the Lions win the division. But the Bears and Vikings are trying to make a play for it, but I don't see J.J. McCarthy and Caleb Williams doing anything over there. So pretty crazy. What the heck? Why do we have so many people in here? Did you send a redirect over here, Delay? Must have been a redirect from Delay. What up, George and Cup of Comics and 13? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. It must have been a redirect by Dr. Delay. Thank you so much. Must have been. Appreciate that. So make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe button. We're just recapping the weekend before we hop into next week. I'll do the pre-snap read on Thursday before the games. But thank you. The only locks are the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Really, Delay? Really? You brought the house. Thank you, Delay. Appreciate that. Shout out to Dr. Delay. I know most of you in here already subscribed to Dr. Delay, but if you don't know Dr. Delay, go over there, subscribe to him right now. I think Dr. Delay can drop his link in the chat, but if you can, drop it out there for everybody. Appreciate that, Dr. Delay. Doing a fantastic job as he's moving closer to 2,000 subscribers. My man, Dr. Delay, tearing it up. And he covers all that is football. He does a bunch of baseball, and he's going to be getting into, I think, some hockey. He was talking about some hockey stuff. But I got basketball tomorrow night. I have the Clippers and the Thunder, and then we'll be getting to football, more Nuggets, basketball, and Avalanche hockey on Saturday, CFL playoffs. But, man, we got to discuss about that Delay with the only the Bucks and the Eagles. Man, but the Rams, I got the Rams and the Seahawks. I don't know about the Niners, but Rams, Seahawks, and Lions, Packers got to be up there. I got the Lions in the division, Packers, but man, imagine that the Vikings and the Bears can take on over in that division. That'd be wild. That'd be shocking. There's Dr. Delay's link. Thank you. Gaming Boy, I think dropped it as well. Did you try? Yeah, thank you, Gaming Boy. Appreciate that. Awesome stuff. So make sure you guys subscribe to him. He is not even a year under his belt, and he's almost at 2,000 subscribers. Could get there by the end of the football season. 2K for Dr. Delay. Dr. Delay, 2K. Gotta love it. Oh, 13 at Delay. I opened some cards at halftime. I opened up like a little blaster box, and that was at halftime in the beginning of the third quarter. Didn't get too much good stuff, but I got a few boxes open up at halftime, so that's what we'll be doing in the future. But yeah, any trades you guys think are happening? I posted it on my post page about the trades. So make sure you guys check on that and vote on that, because tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, is the last of the trades. Make a cameo on here soon. Hopefully, Delay. That'd be awesome. Fun times. I adjusted it to a different time to try to get people before the game on Monday. Before the game on Thursdays to lead into Thursday Night Football, and then after Monday Night Football to close out the week. So, yeah. But all right, put in the chat, people. Let's hear everybody's top 5 teams. Who are your top 5 teams? Blast in the chat, everybody. Top 5 teams. Let's hear it, because then we'll go to the bottom 5, and then we'll close it out. It's curious to see, because there's like 14 good teams in the NFL. It's hard for me to do a top 5. I don't know. I don't even know if I can rank them top 5. But if I had to go, it's going to be in no order, because these teams are like, they're so close. Every team has 2 losses. So it's really, really hard to list the top 5. But give us your best shot, people. So let's see your top 5 teams. You can number if you want. You don't have to number them. Up to you. Green Bay is your number 1, of course, Hawkins. Of course. So top 5 in the NFL. Man, let's see. Let's see if I can do this. That's 4. The Bears are in top 5, and the Niners too. Holy crap! What is that? Eagles, Chiefs, Bills, Lions, Colts. Who else is in the top 5? Man, oh man. I'm gonna go with this. There's nobody in the top 5. The first team listed is tied for 6. All right, that's my top 5. I'm going with no particular order. Colts, Bills, Eagles, Bucks, and Rams. I mean, the Seahawks are right there. Seahawks might be 6. They're playing really well. Darnold is playing amazingly well. If you watch the Seahawks games, his accuracy, pinpoint accuracy, is amazing. This quarterback's great. Stafford's having a day too. So I have the Rams slightly above the Seahawks, but man, the Seahawks can win that division. Colts, Bills, Eagles, Bucks, and Rams. And then you have the Patriots and the Broncos after there, but the Broncos, to me, they don't look good as the top 5. Lions are up there, but they lost again to the Vikings, so they're just disappointing, just like the Packers. It's crazy. This is crazy. This is why we watch football, people. This is why we watch with this exciting stuff. This is what we need. We need this talk. We need this debate. We need to watch. This is the amazing stuff. Bills, Bucks, Seahawks, Pats, and Lions for the Cup of Comics. Seahawks are not a top 5 because you hate them. Makes sense. What up, Pearson? How can the Colts be in top 5 if they lost to Pittsburgh? They always lose to Pittsburgh. How can they? They're 7-2. They have the best record. They have the best record in the league for like the first 9 weeks. They lost to Pittsburgh, who's a winning team. Look at all these other teams in the top 5. Look who they lost to. Look at who they lost to. Top 5 teams don't lose to Steelers. So crazy. But the Packers can't be in there. They lost to the Browns. Who else? Who else is in your top 5? You could pick. You could see who they lost to. Everybody lost to a crappy team. The Bills lost to the Falcons. They're worse than the Steelers, right? Yeah. Who else is top 5? The Bucks. The Bucks lost to the Eagles. Who else did they lose to? The Bucks lost to. Who was the other team the Bucks lost to? I'm drawing a blank right now. But the Bucks might be the only one. Let me see. The Bucks lost to the Lions. So they're probably one of the better teams because they lost to the Lions and the Eagles. Those are their 2 losses. But they almost lost to the Jets. They won by 2. But the Bucks might be the toughest team up there. They only beat the Texans by 1 as well. Although they only beat the Falcons by 3. A lot of close games. But every team has 2 losses. You'll do a top 5 next week. Can't wait there, Dr. Delay. Can't wait. So everybody has 2 losses, and these other top teams have way worse losses than the Colts. The Colts lost to the Steelers and the Rams, 2 top-notch teams. Well, the Rams are a top-notch team, but the Steelers are what, 5-3? So the Steelers are 5-3. But who else? Who else? What's going on, T-Mac? But yeah, all these other teams, they have an ugly loss. And to a non-winning team. Everybody does. That's the way, except for the Bucks. The Bucks might be the best team then. So, the Bills, everybody. Eagles lost to the Giants. I mean, come on. You're talking about the Eagles. They lost to the Giants. They lost to Dart and Scatterboo. So, we can have these discussions all the time. It's great. It's fun. This is part of what makes football so amazing. But everybody has 2 losses. And everybody has 2 wins. Except for the Jets. Right? Is there another team that only has 1 win? The Titans. No, the Titans win 2? They might. But anyway. So let's see the bottom 5 teams. The Colts will right the ship. They're going to bounce right back with JT MVP. They're going to bounce right back. This, like I said, this could be a blessing in disguise, losing to Pittsburgh, because this is going to make Ballard make a move. I want to see him go and get a guy. Find his guy, get a guy. That's what I want Ballard to do. Whether it's his defensive end, whether it's a linebacker, whether it's a cornerback. But I liked how the Colts played against the Steelers defensively because they shut down DK Metcalf. He had, 2 catches for 12 yards or something. So the Colts defense wasn't the problem. It was the offense with a horrendous day. But I want to solidify that defensive line. I think the secondary is going to turn out to be okay once they get Ward back, and Jalen Jones is already back. So I'm not too worried about the secondary. So I want an edge rusher Come on, Giants, give me Thibodeau. Come on, Bengals, Hendrickson. Let's get it. Big Q was mad in the locker room interview. I bet he was. The Colts didn't keep working on that run game, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It happens to the best of us. Everybody keeps losing. The bottom five, the Jets, Saints, Titans, Browns, Commies. Ooh. Yeah, the Jets, Saints, and Titans, those are 3 locks. The Browns and the Commanders. Let me see. Those are probably down there in my 5 as well. Maybe the Raiders. Cardinals just won. Oh, the Dolphins. The Browns, Commies. I'm going to say the Dolphins. Dolphins and Raiders. Browns are bad with their quarterback situation. Dylan Gabriel sucks. Well, he's not playing well. The Commanders are just outside the bottom 5, but their quarterback situation is dire as well. With the way the Raiders are playing 2 and 6, yeah, they're in my bottom 5. So Raiders, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Jets, Saints, and Titans. Those are locks. Followed by the Raiders and the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are trash too. Tua is terrible. He is so bad. He is just crumbling. But you could easily get the Browns there. They're 2 and 6. That quarterback. The good thing about the Browns, they have a solid defense. Their defense is awesome. So that's what gives them the nod over the Raiders and the Dolphins. And who else did you say their delay? The Commies, yeah, they are shooting down to the bottom. They are going down, but I can't do it just yet. They could end up at the bottom 5, but they do have 3 wins. But with no Daniels, they're not going to get many more wins this season. They're going to be in bad shape. No Daniels, no McLaurin. But yeah, they're probably about 6, 7, or 8 on the bottom 5. Bam, the Jets, Saints, Titans, Raiders, and Bengals. The Bengals. Wow, you got the Bengals down there. With Joe, I want to be in the Hall of Fame. Flacco. Yeah, they're 3 and 6. The Ravens 3 and 5, 2 games behind the Steelers, but they play against the Steelers twice. The Bengals. Man, oh man. The bottom's easier, but way more games to play. Yep. Cardinals get no bonus points for beating the Cowboys. Well, they're actually playing pretty well with Brissett. They shouldn't have lost to the Titans. That was like a fluke situation with that fumble by DeMercado, tossing the football. Then the interception, fumble, touchdown. That's how the Cardinals lost. So they played the Colts tough. They had a chance to win that game. They beat the Cowboys. The Cardinals are a strong, weak team. Nobody believes in Jacoby Brissett, but he's been playing well. He had 261 yards and 2 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. So he's doing all right, and he could have beat the Colts. And I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my mind if Brissett beats the Colts. That would have been insane. Man, oh man. The one-score game is pretty insane. But, yeah. So I'm going to stay tuned with the trades for tomorrow. But let me know. Drop in the comments below on who you want to get traded or who you want your team to get to trade for. I saw something out there for the Steelers fans, 13 and delay. They were trading for a wide receiver from the Saints. That's what I was reading a bunch on. What's his name? Shahir, what's his name? Shahad, Rashir, Shahir. Oh my God, what's that guy's name? You guys know what I'm talking about. That guy, Rama Hamdam. We'll go all old school Sports Center show. Rashad Shahir. That's it, right? Rashad Shahir? Rashid Shahir. There we go. I know football a tad. Rashid Shahir. Waddle. Oh, the Steelers fans want Waddle. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Colts getting Waddle either, but I don't think that's going to happen. Shahid. I'm thinking the Bills guy. Shahid. I'm thinking Shakir. That's where I'm getting Shahir. That's funny. Shakir. So it's Raheem. The man. Rashid Shahid. Man, what a crazy name. I was mixing it up with Shakir with the Bills. That's what I was doing. Man, that is a name and a half. But that's what I heard linked with the Steelers. Is that wide receiver from the Saints? Everyone hates on Cam Ward. You say he gets a pass, rookie, and is on a bad team. Yeah, he is, but he's playing pretty poorly there, Steven. It's bad news. He's in a bad situation on the Titans, of course, but he's got to show more flashes. It's a lot of bad things happening for the Cam Ward. So, but yeah, he's towards the bottom with this QBR. It's not pretty. Any trade news here late? I didn't see anything. I'll look at it real quick before I shut it down. But I'll be paying attention tomorrow. NFL trades. I think the Eagles made a trade before. The trade buzz and rumors. The Ravens acquire Titans player Draymond Jones. Let's just see real quick. Yeah, they got Draymond Jones for a 5th round pick. Oh, this is the Eagles trade. The Dolphins trade Jalen Phillips to the Eagles. And the Eagles acquire the Miami pass rusher for a 2026 3rd round pick. So that was the big trade so far. The Dolphins and the Eagles. See, the Eagles, they want to go all out and win. They want to take down that NFC. Delay likes Ward. Next year, we can pass judgment. Yeah, you need at least... You need a few years. Look at Darnold. And what is it? Year 7, and he's lighting it up. He might even be MVP. Let's do that. Buy or sell. Buy or sell. Darnold for MVP in the league. He could be up there. Stafford could be up there. You buying that? Are you buying into Darnold? You have to. He's playing great football. You watch those Seahawks games. Man, he looks good. He looks freaking good. And the main guy he's throwing to is JSN and a bunch of bums. And he is doing amazing. He was, I think, like 13 for 13 or 14 for 14 the other night to start the game. Crazy. Oh, the Ravens trade Jair Alexander to the Eagles. Patriots trade Kyle Duggar to the Steelers. Eagles trade Mechie to the Jets. Yeah, those are the most recent trades. But didn't see anything as of late. But I want the Colts to be buyers. They better trade for somebody, otherwise I'm going to lose my mind with Chris Ballard. I'm going to flip out. I'm going to flip out tomorrow. If when I get home tomorrow, I may flip out. If I might have to make a short or something if something doesn't happen. Donald looks legit. Jason is the best wide receiver in the league. Yeah, but apart from him, the rookie Horton, Torrey Horton, I mean, he's been looking good. He had 2 touchdowns, but you go with the rookie, but JSN, elite level right now. Donald isn't in a market where he'll get the MVP, but he's playing lights out. I don't think they're going to go by markets. I mean, if he keeps doing what he's doing right now, they have to give him the MVP. They have to. I mean, who else? Josh Allen? Patty Mahomes a few steps behind. Daniel Jones took a dip. Baker took a dip. Jonathan Taylor took a dip. Stafford and Darnold rising up, but we're going to have to keep an eye on that for sure. Trade Tomlin, please. Oh, man, Tomlin is not going anywhere. You could argue that Darnold is the most important player on his team. He is phenomenal right now. Phenomenal. Flippin' phenomenal. Steelers had, 3 coaches since Knowles? Yeah. What was it? It's just Cowher and Tomlin since, the 90s, right? That's pure insanity. Pure insanity. All right, so hopefully we get some deals going, but that's the main thing right now. But I'm buying in on Darnold as MVP. He's going to be in the running. He's going to be top 5. He's going to get some votes. Tomlin sucks. He's the coach of mediocrity. Mediocrity at its finest is Tomlin. He won. Didn't he win in 1 Super Bowl? Did he win 1 Super Bowl? Did he not get one? I feel like he got him 1. Or no? No, probably not. Maybe he didn't. He went to the one against the Packers and lost. Was he there? Or was it Cowher against the Seahawks? That was Cowher, right? No, not the Seahawks. It was Cowher against the Seahawks. What about the Cardinals? So, was it Tomlin against the Cardinals? I think it was, right? I don't know. I don't remember. Too long ago. But alright, people. Cowher. Tomlin has one. Yeah, it was against the... It was the Cardinals one, right? That was the latest one. So then he lost... But he lost to... Lost to the Packers, but beat the Cardinals. Am I right? Yeah, beat the Cards. There it is. One with Ben. Big Ben. Man, oh man. I don't know what the Steelers going to do after Rodgers. They got to get a young quarterback. You want Richardson? Come on. We'll trade you Richardson. You want him? Get Richardson to back up A-Rod out there. All right, people. I'm shutting it down. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate the love. We'll be back Thursday for pre-snap read before Thursday night football. And we'll be back tomorrow for basketball. And, yeah, that is what's happening. A lot of football this weekend, a lot of streams. I'm only off Wednesday night this week because we are grinding hard, so flipping hard. So thanks for the show tonight. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Delay, for the redirect. My man, we got to talk more football. And same thing, Cup of Comics. We need to do more stuff, more shows, more talk. Got to build up our channels, people. Build it up. Awesome stuff. Appreciate it. Cowher just won. Yep. Cowher had one and Tomlin had one win. Yep. Great show. Good night, Gamer Boy. Yep. I am going to eat some food. What time is it? Almost 10 o'clock my time. I got to eat some food, wind down, and get ready for another full day of work tomorrow. A couple tutoring sessions, and then we have basketball. So I'm going all day tomorrow. I don't know how I do it. How do I do this full time and find time to do all the streaming and shows? It's insane. I'll probably be watching something in a little while and pass the flip out. But I got to get some in the belly. We need something in the Rhino belly. I feel like a hippo right now. Those pretzels held me over. But we got to keep on carousing. All right, everybody. I will see you tomorrow night for basketball. How shall we close out the show? Don't say a half a dozen. Just say 6. It's easier and better to do. A half a dozen is a waste of time. I said this a half a dozen times. Stop it. Just say 6. 6 times. Not 6, 7. Ridiculous. Stop with the half a dozen nonsense. See